In today's video, I'm going to tell you why recording yourself will benefit your piano playing. So the first thing about recording yourself and how it benefits your piano playing abilities is it helps you spot mistakes that you didn't hear that you're actually playing. So for example, if you were going through a section, such as a 6-minute piece or a piece that often repeats itself, we normally don't actually hear these mistakes or take notice of them on impact. So the best way to actually recognize these mistakes is to listen back to it and listen thoroughly as well. These can include dynamics, these can include articulation, this can be even your posture, it can be very simple things as well. But that would be the most important thing, and the first point on what I would say is the reason why we should record ourselves when we're playing. The second point, which really does relate to the first point, is actually trying to listen back to the rhythm and timing. A lot of the time, when we're playing, we don't tend to take notice of whether we're speeding up, rushing, or slowing down, or just keeping in time with the actual rhythm. So a good way, listening back to your overall playing, really does help with keeping up with whether you're playing it in time, playing it too slow, and it gives you a proper sense of whether you're following what the piece should be actually played at. And the third one would be to be your own critic and just see through the eyes of the audience. So when you're actually listening to something like this, it actually really improves your depth and your understanding, and you can actually analyze music a lot easier as well. If you want to become a teacher, this is a great start, but even if you want to just get better and you want to work yourself up to, let's say you want to go to a Stedfords, competitions, or anything that has a high standard like a grading system, it's a great thing if you can actually listen back to your recording, listen attentively, and critique yourself as if you were an examiner, just like how the audience perceives your performing abilities on the stage. So recap to all of this today. The first point I brought up was listening back can actually help you recognize and hear mistakes that you didn't expect when you're performing. The second point that I would bring up is to listen back so you can actually help yourself with the rhythm and timing. Again, lots of people don't know this. You might be rushing when you're playing. So that's why when you record, you should be listening back to whether you're rushing or whether you need to practice with a metronome. And the third and final point would to be a critic to yourself as well, not just the audience. And this is really good because it actually helps you with your nerves. A lot of the times when you're actually recording, you actually don't even know, but you're improving on your nerves. And so when you'd actually be able to go on a public stage, because you're so used to playing in front of a camera, you wouldn't actually feel that nervous at all. With all of that said, these really benefit you, and they aim to get rid of those lazy, unfocused practices. And what you want to be doing is be working smarter, not to be working just harder when you're practicing.